Let's get down to business here, folks. My sweet, beautiful folks. Season 2. With the Tennessee Titans in this bizarre game that we call Madden 25. A far, far from perfect experience, but one that I try to have fun with regardless. The roster, pretty much set to go. I did make some changes last night to try and further optimize it, not only for this year, but for the future, right? Let's talk about what this team looks like heading into this season. Your quarterback is the mailman himself, Will Levis, because there wasn't anybody half decent to draft or anything, so one more chance here, Will, to turn into the guy, I hope. And again, we currently have horrible morale because this game's weird. So there's that. Davis, that was a really weird glitch, by the way. A really weird glitch. And yes, we do have old man Joe Flacco. The Waka Flacco to be around here. Your running backs, Tony Pollard, Ty J. Spears, Hassan Haskins. We have the hidden dev fullback that we drafted, Gerald Bass. Or Bass. I'm going to go with Gerald Bass. Even though it's probably Bass. Gerald. Your wideouts this year. Calvin Ridley. Jaden Reed, who's actually going to be on number 1. Alec Pierce. Gregory Samuel. Ryan Wembley. A UDFA. He's actually going to be number 2 on the depth chart because he's already star dev. And Marquise Goodwin as the resident old man. Ryan Wembley, again, I cannot get over the size of his face. Jesus. Your tight ends, Mr. Okonkwo. Zach Ertz is the resident old man. And Darnell Washington. Absolute unit at 6'7", 264 pounds. An absolute unit. Found a bug in CFP 25 custom conferences. Moved UMass and UConn to the Sun Belt. Now I cannot change my schedule, and I get a failed error code when trying to edit it. Weird. I was actually having that happen, too. That's why I wasn't changing too much about custom conferences, you know? A little bit of... Well, I mean, we're changing a lot, but not too much, you know? Left tackle is free agent signing Andre Dillard. You will notice I have made some changes to the O-line. Our left guard is now J.C. Latham. Moving him from the outside to the interior, he gets a big overall boost, and to be honest, he's probably better suited to be a guard as opposed to a tackle. We also moved Charles Leno over here to be a backup, to be a mentor. Yeah, shout out to Charles. Center. Former left guard, Peter Skoronski, is now the center. He'll be the starter. Lloyd Cushenberry will be the backup because I don't really want to invest in him too much, but he's also got a ridiculous contract. So who knows, maybe I'll change course there, but I do think Skoronski's better suited as a center as opposed to a guard. And then, of course, the old right tackle and old NPF has also been moved to center because the guy can't move. He can't move. No wonder why he was struggling at right tackle last year. The man can't move. So it's perfect. Except we end up with way too much depth here at center, but it is what it is. Right guard, free agent signing, Jack Driscoll, who I always want to call O'Driscoll. He'll be fine. And then right tackle, the former right guard, Dylan Reduns, who would be better suited to tackle than right guard, and free agent Blake Freeland behind him. So our offensive line this year is going to suck. This is a long-term approach to developing J.C. Latham and Peter Skoronski into hopefully the best that they can be. Defensive end, we signed Josh Uche. We have moved him to the defensive end from linebacker. We're going to hold off on renaming rookies this year just to take a bit of a break after a whole lot of college football. So, take a break from that, at least for this Titans run. Jordan Phillips behind them. Right side, Jeff Simmons, the man who failed to go X Factor twice last year, which is a bummer. Defensive tackle, Tavondre Sweat, and the potentially really solid defensive tackle we took in round 4. Might as well just check. I mean, I can... Oh, I can look into it. Where the hell did we draft you, buddy? Fourth round. Because, of course, we made the choice to take a trade with the Texans instead of risking it on a defensive end. It was actually really goddamn good. Now we have multiple first-round picks. We got 2 really good picks in the 4th round. Everything's fine. Left side linebacker, Stan Wheatley, who we also got in this past draft, who looks obviously pretty damn good. And, of course, we signed David Mayo for the Will Levis memes. Middle linebacker, big free agent signing last year. Moved him from the outside to the middle. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Pushes Kenneth Murray and Cedric Gray down the list. Anthony Barrs here is the resident old man. Right side is Harold Landry, at least for now. Corners, L'Jarius Sneed. The number 2 on the depth chart, Roger McCreary. And the number 1 on the depth chart, CJ Turner. The steal of all steals, potentially, was second in true value out of the draft. Craig's greatest claim to fame. The last pick of the 4th round. Second best player in the draft, according to the game itself. So, there is CJ Turner. And, of course, Patrick Peterson's here as the resident old man. Your free safety, the former corner, Chidobe Awuzie, has been moved over. And strong safety this year will be Amani Hooker. Your kicker, Cameron Decker. And Trenton Gill as the punter. So we will be bad this year, but that's by design. Again, we have Houston's first. We got an extra 3rd, an extra 5th, couple extra 6th. And we haven't even made, of course, any deadline moves because we haven't actually started up the season. So still in a weird spot where playing seems kind of counterproductive. Like, obviously, I like a good balance of sim and gameplay, but right now, it still does not make that much sense. Let's go for the 4 wins here as our goal. It still doesn't make that much sense for us to try to win games right now, especially while we're rooting for Houston to suck. There are 4 quarterbacks projected in the top 10. A tight end is projected number 1 on the board right now, Jermichael Howard of Oregon. Jesus. Okay. Also, shout out to Nathan Mayo. Maybe we'll bring him in as well, Levis's best friend. Mills, what's up, man? How are you? How are you? We actually have to figure out what we want to do with these scouts. So let us take a look. Optimize it for this year. So in terms of the prospects, actually, it's not quite what I wanted. I wanted the region breakdown. So from a national perspective, we need wideouts, corners, and quarterbacks. Trade Will Levis so we can have Gerard Mayo as coach. Not a bad idea. Not at all. In the West, tight end, quarterback, and left outside linebacker. In the Central, we have corners, left end, and free safety. Northeast, corners and quarterback. That is the type of national scout that we are going to need this year. And then Southeast is wideouts, offensive tackle, and defensive end. Okay. This might be the right year to try to find the Will Levis replacement. It might be. If we go to manage scouts, then. Again, I want... this isn't a bad scout to have, but even at a national perspective, but we want that quarterback info. Offensive tackle and defensive end. You know what? Let's actually do a little bit more research here. A little bit more. So in the West, tight end, quarterback, outside linebacker. They literally have one quarterback, and it's David Oberg. Okay. Tight end, Jermichael Howard and Marcus Goddard. Oh, man. And then how good are the outside linebackers? Jesus. Okay. That doesn't make really too much of a difference who we get then. Central of focus is corner. Okay. More than a handful of guys that at least are projected to get drafted. Free safety. Couple of guys at safety, and then one about defensive end. Only 2 guys. One of them is a top 5. Okay, so if we were to look in the central spot, we'd want to prioritize a corner and safety scout if we could find one. I think that's pretty straightforward. The west is just a crapshoot. Northeast corner. Quite a few corners. I know, Frank. I know I'm a terrible person. A lot of defensive ends. Okay. And then quarterback, there's only one. It's top 5, Dylan Rubin. Right. Okay. I think we know how we want to approach scouting this year. Wideout. Quite a few wideouts from the southeast. Quite a few tackles as well. And then defensive end. Oh, man. Okay, so no matter what, southeast is where it's at this year. Jesus. Jesus. Okay. You could argue the Coniseo lines up for southeast unless we wanted a wideout. It comes down to whether or not there is a 3-star that focuses on quarterbacks and wideouts. We have one that lines up with quarterbacks and wideouts. Not looking good. Of course, we have wideouts and corners. That's really not that bad, though. Because I think we'll be able to use those extra focus scoutings on the quarterbacks. Marcellus Kingsley. Fuck it. You're coming back, right? Because you were the one that was just here. Pretty sure. Whatever. You will be the national scout. Offensive tackle, defensive end. Let's fire these people here. Connie, you are going to the southeast. Which means we need to find somebody for the west. On a 1-star. Let's actually look here. Tight end and outside linebacker. Perfect. All right, but didn't we just have you too? Just bringing back everybody I fired. I live with so much regret. This is insane. Central. Corners and free safeties on a 1-star. Isn't looking common. Please? Uh-oh. There we go. Curtis Caldwell. I swear to God, it's just everybody that I fired. Curtis, you're heading to the central. In the northeast, we need corners and defensive ends. Will that exist? No, it will not. Corner and wideout does, but they're too good. Wideout and corner, Larry Miller. Works. All right, Larry. Hit the wrong button. Love to see that. Let's find Larry again. Larry Miller. Larry Miller. There you go. All right, and you are heading to the northeast. Beautiful. All right, so we're set up in terms of scouting this year. At least as good as we're going to be at the high end. Weekly strat is still going to be Turner, Wembley, and Shepard. So let's change that weekly game plan to picks. Easier to get. It is true, though. In terms of recruitment, we have Craig. We should be fine. We should be fine. Nothing to worry about. What do we got for upgrades? Do we want to upgrade players or do we want them to be bad? It's only Hassan Haskins. He's 3rd string. It's fine. Hassan. Let's... Receiving back. Screw it. It doesn't really matter. 3rd string. Probably not going to play that much. We'll be fine. All right. Staff-wise, we're saving up those points, so we are good to go. I have to decide if I want this to be another sim-heavy year or not, and the problem is it makes sense for it to be. Like, I do want to get into the gameplay. I do want to see what this team's capable of, but it is counterintuitive to try and win right now. We want to lose a lot of games. We want Houston to lose a lot of games. So, while it's not quite what I want to do, I think it's going to be another sim-heavy year so that we can focus on actually getting this team into a good spot moving forward. So, first game of the year against the Buccaneers. Please lose. We did, and badly. Let's go. 28-7. We do have an injury, though. Starting left tackle, Andre Dillard with a torn labrum. Only 3 weeks, though. Eat it, Cody Rhodes. Eat it. Press conference. What do we got? What do we got? Good to see us lose that first game, though, and badly. It's a really good sign for this year. All right. Next question, the only question. How do you feel about the result of your season opener? Great. I feel tremendous. Which side of the ball struggled more? I mean, clearly the offense. We only put up 7 points. Let's throw the offense under the bus. Who needs to play better? Let's throw Will Levis under the bus. Pressure makes diamonds, baby. Or I could do the O-line. Will, come on now. This is your last chance to be a starter. Unless you go full Geno Smith. We need Will Levis to step up. Damn right he's motivated. Come on, Mayo Man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Lose more games. Lose more games. We got nothing else to worry about outside of the press conference. What number is CJ Turner? I would have to look. 26. Never mind, I don't have to look. It already told us right there. It's beautiful. Alright. By the way. Oh, just trying to make sure of something here. Give me uno momento. Let's see what's going on. We'll see. I think it's still glitching out the fucking directories, man. I think so. Which doesn't know what the hell to do about these directories right now because of duplicate Madden 25s. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Amani Hooker, you're probably going to get traded this year. Make you better in terms of run supports. One second. Well, actually, your boy's got to step away for a minute. All right, simping over with, though. Let's get these upgrade points on. Keep up with the season, shall we? We got football games to lose, baby. And Ryan Wimble, I cannot get over how big this guy's face is. Jesus. Crash, we've been live for half an hour. What are you talking about, late start? Ish, what are you talking about? We've been here. We've been here. Out of your mind. You're out of your mind, sir. You're out of your mind. By the way, really quickly for chat, did alerts go out properly? I'm intrigued. I did see one person mention something. So now I'm wondering. It makes you something of a half a day separation. Not, it didn't, especially when I slept for most of the day. You know? Looks like Donkey T. He does too. All right, wow, nothing else to do this week. Okay, pretty straightforward. Let's lose into the football game, boys. I don't want to win, so I'm not going to play. So let's lose. Did we lose? Hell yeah, 42-14. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. We are trash. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Apparently we signed a practice squad player, which typically means somebody got hurt. But it didn't tell me that somebody got hurt. Oh, it was telling me he signed with somebody. I looked at it too fast. Cowboys took James Correa. Take him. I think that was the punter that we took that wasn't that good. I misread it. I looked at it too fast. Regional scouting focus. In the West, tight end or linebacker? Based on last year's draft and the fact that there's only one good tight end, we're going to want that to be outside linebackers. Central, safety, and corner. How many dudes were there from each? I do not remember. Okay. And safety. Let's go with corner. Let's go with corner. What team schemes have you had best success with in franchise? Just haven't played enough of it to know, at least for this year. Let's go corner here. And southeast, offensive tackle, defensive end. So, yeah, I haven't experimented around enough with it yet to have a dead set opinion. Let's go defensive end here. There we go. All right, that's set up then. What a day to be a Ticats fan. Two of our players are sent. CFL football, baby. Our end zones are huge. Not to make light of people going to the hospital. But I'm sorry, whenever I think of the CFL, that's all I think of is just, yeah. That's all I think of. It's just the end zones are huge. Or it was a bad first half. Second half was good, though. Thank God. It's a scouting system similar to the old MLB scouting system. A little bit, yeah, in that it's not the most involved thing in the world. It's a little bit more engaging than what NHL has, though. I'll give it that. It's a little bit more engaging than what NHL has. Honestly, it's probably more simplified than what MLB has had in years past. Yeah. I'm thinking about it. Peter Skoronsky. Peter. You better as an agile type. Making it better. One second here. Beautiful. 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 Oh, goodness. What a busy night. Busy, busy night. Oh, I'm a distracted boy. Oh, I'm a distracted boy. Goodness, goodness. Josh Uche, what do we got for you? I got for you. Make you better as a power rusher. Fortunately, that's the scheme fit, even though... Ooh, +4 block shedding, +3 power moves. Not bad. Not bad. Anton Shepard. Antoine, make you better as a speed rusher. Make you more well-rounded. Warrior, to your second point, by the way, Crash Andrews is the most handsomest man on earth. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Meg, not a work day. At least the school district here doesn't go back for another week and a half, 2 weeks. Something like that. Oh, Mr. Willis. And it is also Saturday. That too. That too. All right, do we have anything left to do before this game? Doesn't look like it. Again, not going to play because I don't want us to win. I want us to have a first overall pick this year. That would be splendid. Perfectly splendid. So can we get destroyed by the Seahawks? Not destroyed, but we did lose 24-14. Very good. guarantee they're gonna ask me some shit about team stats. So let's do a little crunch here before the test. Dead last in offensive yards. Will Levis 62% completion, 3 and 2. Oh. All right. To the press conference. These fuckers think they're gonna get me, but not this year. Not this year. Palpatine, I mean, that's just not something. It would be nice if there was an in-game system like that, but, you know. Next question. Let's talk about Will Levis. Oh, boy. See, I knew it. I knew it. What has he done well so far? Oh, God. A 60%'s okay, right? Well, what other fucking stat am I supposed to say he's done well at? Gonna let it go. It should. I was saying he was doing well. No, coach, I'm actually fucking trash. And if he says that, I'll back him up on it. You feel free to go ahead and say that, Will. Idea for tanking, use the worst scheme possible. I don't even think it's necessary. It would only hurt us in terms of XP gains through practice. So, I don't even think that's necessary. We're already 0-3 this year. I'm hoping to top the Lions. Oh, Will. Upgrade point from Mr. Levis. He's actually a 77 overall right now because he's still got -4 morale. He's actually not that bad as, like, relatively solid starter, but certainly nothing special, right? We're saving up our points. We have the cost to be the highest that it can be, so we gotta save them up a lot. Oh, shit. Okay. In terms of renegotiations, Malik Willis is going to be gone. Joe Flacco is also going to be gone. Shit. All right. I mean, obviously, these two in particular, I'm not worried about. Running back, Hassan Haskins is going to leave. He has no desire to stay. Ryan Wimbley has a bit of desire to stay. I'd have to overpay. Alec Pierce wants to go, and the Marquise Goodwin's a better. How much would it cost to keep Wimbley? $4 million per. $4 to $5 million per. Probably closer to $5 million per on average. I mean, if I truly believe we can build him up as a decent receiver, that's not the worst in the world. He's 21 years old. How's he a UFA? This guy was a UDFA. That's why. We might as well. What do you think about like a 7-year deal at that cap hit, though? Well, Ryan Wimbley's here for the next 7 years, as we're going to try to train him up to be half decent. So, Ryan Wimbley's going to be here for a real long time. Tight end-wise, Okonkwo. We definitely want to keep Okonkwo. Holy hell, he wants to get paid too. Okay. What do you think, Okonkwo? What do you think? Okay, Okonkwo's back long term. And I try to stay loyal to contracts, so I'm definitely thinking about it a little bit before we give these guys deals. Pearson and Dillard are both filler players for this year. No desire to bring them back. Charles Leno Jr. is a filler player for this year. No desire to bring him back. Petit Frere. We're going to be letting go of Mr. Petit. Who doesn't want to stay anyway. And Skoronsky doesn't want to stay. It would be a 5th-year option to keep him. Shit. It might be worth shopping him instead. Right now, his biggest point of contentions are scheme fit. Okay. I think we pick up that 5th-year option on him and then change our scheme fit to something that he'd feel more comfortable in, because he's a pretty important part of this team moving forward. Damn. Willis, we're not worried about. Haskins, we weren't worried about. I just want to double check with certain people. Pierce is whatever. Again, with Petit, it's like he's a dude. Right guard, Burford and Driscoll. Where the hell did Spencer Burford come from? I didn't sign him. Well, regardless, they're both 1-year filler players. Burford might not actually be that bad as a long-term right guard to build up, but right tackle, Dylan Redunds. Gotta be honest, I think we can find a better long-term option than him. So, a lot of changes to the O-line. Phillips can go. Hyder can go. A lot of the veteran dudes that we brought in for 1 year. Arden Key's going to be going. Murray and Anthony Barr are both going to be going, even though Murray's willing to stay. We obviously have a better player in that position. Here's the big issue. Roger McCreary doesn't want to stay. And we can't convince him otherwise. He's already thinking about a ring. He wants a team with a franchise QB. There is no keeping Roger McCreary. That is, yep. That just became even more important for us to have drafted CJ. Imani Hooker is willing to stay, but we can cash out on him too. Okay, well, that is the business, right? Plans change. A second here. Right. It's not even that expensive. But again, he's not going to want to be here the whole way. If you're talking about McCreary, I mean, maybe he'll accept that very team-friendly deal. I mean, you're talking about $10 million. Yeah, we could try it and see if he'll take it. The interest level is really low, though. He's a little bit more tempted now. It's not an immediate no. Odds are he's probably not going to be here long term from the looks of it. Starting CJ over McCreary is why he doesn't want to be there? That's not at all. What? We literally just looked at why his interest level is low. It had nothing to do with any other corners on the team. All right. Let's lose to the Colts. Let's lose to the Colts. He has nothing else to do this week. Let's lose to Indy. Perfect. Nice 0-4 start to the year. Injury. Imani Hooker broke his thumbs. He'll be out for a little bit. And then we have to wait to trade him, of course. Mr. McCreary. If that previous offer is not enough, I mean, I am willing to raise it. It's really not that bad, especially since he developed into superstar dev. You know, overpaying isn't typically the most fun thing to do in the world, but we round up. We'd still have him, you know, $11.5 million for age 31. That's not the worst. Roger, what do you think? Okay, well, we overspent a lot over market value, but we did manage to keep him, which is good. So no trading McCreary. That's the type of moment to be like, hey, we have the money, let's use it. So, interesting. I didn't even felt like we had to overspend by that much, to be honest. Just one more look here, though. Again, we'll keep Skoronski on the 5th-year deal. There really wasn't anybody else to worry about. Also means that we won't have too many pieces to trade away at the deadline. But that's okay. Yeah, it's just a lot of the older dudes here anyway. Okay. Okay, well, weekly strat. Let's do this. Like I said, we're still going to be able to proceed through this season pretty quickly. We still don't know Shepard or Turner's dev pattern yet, which is a shame. So, not bad, not bad. Getting those points. What we got for player upgrades? We're losing, so I might as well put the upgrade points on anyway, right? Stanley Waitley. Better as a speed rusher. Goodness, goodness. And the other option are now Washington. If Turner's an X factor, I'm going to lose. As you should, Craig, because that would have been a franchise-saving move. From my AGM, Mr. Craigula. All right, we have, again, nothing else to do this week. Nothing else to do. Yeah. Except lose to Kansas City. Please lose to Kansas City. We lost to Kansas City. The 0-5. Woo. Goodness, goodness. The 0-5 Titans. This is working out perfectly. As mock draft number 1 apparently has us taking Jimmy Younger. Don't know about that one. I'd love it if the Cardinals took a tight end first overall. Unless that guy's Rob Gronkowski and freaking Travis Kelce merged into one. Oh, I'd love that. It is early to look at the Texans, which is why I haven't yet. Superstar for CJ Turner. So not an X Factor, but superstar for CJ Turner as a 4th round pick. There you go. Not bad. Not bad. T-Cage, so far so good. This team is bad. This team is bad. Also, we play the Texans next week, so it's worth waiting to take a look. That was one hell of a pick indeed. Upgrades. Mr. Koromoa. You better as a field general again. Made way too much sense. I like the Matt Judon sleeves, by the way. Made way too much sense to put him in as a middle linebacker. CJ Turner. Looking better as a man-to-man option. He is now a relatively, 21-year-old superstar in the 4th round, dude. He still has a lot to work on in terms of, like, press rating. But not bad. Alec Pierce. No problem raising up your value here because we're not going to keep you. We're going to be trading him. He doesn't want to stay. And last upgrade point was going to Ryan Wembley, who we have signed long-term. He's apparently a 74 as a UDFA wideout. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. All right. Let us lose to the Chargers. Let us lose to the Chargers. We beat the Chargers. First win of the year, 21-20 over the Chargers. Texans right now at 3-3. So obviously the 2 games we play a year against Houston aren't overly beneficial to us because we'll likely be boosting up their record unless these are the 2 games this year where we actually try to jump in to win because it could theoretically be beneficial. We might have to jump in. We might have to jump in and try to beat Houston. Because we'll lose other games, but if we can make sure they lose these games, we'll be in a pretty good spot. Your take on how successful your play calling's been this year. Perfect, because we're bad. Perfect. How many first downs do you average a game? Can I say not enough? Higher than 10, lower than 10. I imagine we're lower. Did I get it right? It turns out I am not smarter than a 5th grader. Whoops. Like, we're 1-5. You can't blame me for thinking that we don't have, you know, that we don't average at least 10 first downs a game. You know? Next question. What do we got? Curious about the upcoming trade deadline, as they should be. Any plans to trade away a player? Bitch, I'll never tell. We're open to listening to offers. That is the truth. Interesting. We look forward to seeing how the roster evolves. As you should be. It is going to be interesting. I make the best trades. I make the best trades. Watching people bomb in the interviews. Hey, well, you know. New message regarding the deadline. What's up? What's up? Saw the clips from the press conference. If it's a trade deadline, I'm going to listen. Anybody. Defense. Linebackers. We got at least 2 of them that we're trading. So, we're looking at moving Arden Key and Phillips. Phillips? Not Phillips. Do we even have a Phillips? We have a defensive end Phillips. Oh my god, just leave me alone about the deadline already, Murray. Thank you. We're freaking 3 weeks away. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. I don't want to trade any of them, but I guess if I had to, like... How about none of them? Why isn't there an answer to say none? Well, out of the 3, it's Harold Landry. I have to give an answer. Okay. No, don't put him on the block. Keep him off the block. Murray's not a starter, which is exactly why I'm considering trading. But it also didn't say, hey, what starter are you considering trading? Unless it did say that, and I just wasn't paying attention, which is incredibly possible. Jake, good evening. How the heck are you? It did? Well, fuck then. What else am I supposed to do? Lie and say I'm not going to trade anybody? Because that's not true. And then I'll get in trouble for trading somebody. Now the media is going to be like, you lied to me. And I'm going to be like, I did, because the mainstream media and the globalists, they can't be trusted. Fuck. Oh, what are we even doing here? At least JC Latham's getting better. Right? Ty J. Crash, I don't think they have the sweater vest combo. Otherwise, they'll be all over it. Go ahead and upgrade Mr. Ty J. Spears. Devondre Sweat with an upgrade. Make him better as a speed rusher. Be a more well-rounded threat, my man. Jalen Harrell. I mean, you're not going to be around long-term, but we might as well keep you a scheme fit in case something crazy happens. And auto upgrade Ronald Pearson. Go ahead and do that. Okay, so we want to play this game and beat Houston to make their record worse, because we know that we'll keep losing games throughout the year anyway. So that is the game plan, is to beat Houston. This is the only time of year, because we have their first round pick, this is the only time of year that we actually want to win a football game. And it's when we're playing the Texans. Look at Will, he's averaging a touchdown a game. I've never seen such talent. Like, he is clearly not it, eh? He is clearly not it. My God. I can't wait until you get a did Epstein kill himself question, and the answers are no, and I don't want to talk about it. He was a business partner and a friend. Well, Texans just stealing the Falcons jersey concept. I mean, they do it better. As it is, the Falcons have kind of butchered their own jersey look, if we're being honest. All right, gentlemen, as we do, we will sim to halftime and hope that things are looking good for us. And if not, we'll take over and try to win this game. And it is a scoreless first quarter. 7-7, 14-7 Titans, 14 all. Okay, close game. Close game. 17-14, 24-14. Oh, gentlemen, let's go. Up by 10 in the fourth. Up by 10 in the fourth. Up by 3 in the fourth. 28-yard touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs. 27-21 with 2:46 to go. And with 19 seconds left, the Texans take the lead by 1. Son of a bitch. We do have all 3 timeouts at least. I was hoping to be able to hit somebody on the outside, but it just wasn't there.
Short pass caught by his tight end.
Ooh, Okonkwo. Okay. Will's having a hell of a game. You don't need to go Hail Mary yet, game. Get out of here. You don't need to go Hail Mary.
First and 10.
Still have a chance here.
Now to throw. Got a man open, left side, complete.
3 seconds. 49-yard field goal for the win.
And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a match.
Oh, they iced me. No.
Houston calls it second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Let's just get a little bit of yardage.
He keeps it himself.
Oh, another timeout. There we go. A little bit of yardage. They do have one more timeout, but if they want to give me a chance to get closer, I'll move closer. They are going to ice me again, though. Fuck. Oh, man. I mean, either way, this helps us for the draft, but it would really help to hit this.
For the third time today, we see them setting up for a field goal.
Fuck is this meter right now, dude? Cameron Dicker! Bang! Let's go! We don't need any time. Woo! That helps the draft stock right there. We'll see you again later this year, Houston. We're going to beat you again, but lose to everybody else that we play. Go! So obviously it makes our own draft pick a little bit better, but makes the pick we're getting from them a little bit worse. So it all evens out. It all evens out. Except for the Chargers. Yeah, we don't have to talk about the Chargers. I really thought I was going to miss that. I really thought I was about to miss that kick. But 47 yards for Cameron Dicker. Bang! Honestly, they thought I was going to miss too. They had a return, man. Oh my God. Woo! Okay, you know what? It had distance. It had plenty of distance. Oh my God, what's up with the zoom? It had plenty of distance. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we could have gone a little bit less power and it still would have cleared. Beauty. Absolute beauty. Watch, we'll get the 6th and 7th pick. I'll take the 6th and 7th pick. Those extra 2 yards may have been the difference. They wanted to ice me. That's what you get. That's what you get. You get the Tom Brady special for a few extra yards. Good things happen. I mean, I hate that we're now 2-5 instead of 0-5. Christ, we might even have a winning streak because we play Jacksonville next week. But again, that is very good news for us. We might have to win 3 in a row, but also Jacksonville is 6-0. Our first breakout of the year.